Hi Flosstube, I am Tamara. I am PD Stitcher here on YouTube and over on Instagram. This is my channel about cross stitch. It has been a while since I have spoken with y'all, shared with y'all. I've been watching Flosstubes, but I haven't recorded one in quite a few months. Life got a little crazy and I needed to step back and take a break for my mental health. I might go into that a little bit more later, but for right now, I think that's good for right now. This is going to be a WIP parade and some plans for 2024. I'm hoping that I will be able to get it all in one video. If not, it might be broken up into two parts. It'll just depend. I'll try not to talk too fast. Sometimes when I feel like I have a lot that I want to go through, I talk really fast, and I don't want to do that either, so we'll see. For those of you who are new, welcome. I appreciate you joining me. If you see something you like, I hope you will want to stick around, hit the subscribe button, do all the things. If you are returning, welcome back. Thank you for putting up with my absence and for returning back to share some stitchy time with me. I appreciate all of y'all for taking the time to just sit and hang out with me for a while. If you hear noises, both of my dogs are in the room with me taking naps, but that doesn't mean that's going to continue. It's a nice sunny day here in South Carolina, so they both have found sunspots. One's on the floor down here, one's on the bed up there behind y'all, and they're taking good naps. However, I can't predict how long that will last, so if chaos ensues, I'll be pausing this. I've tried a different angle to try and get better lighting to show my projects. However, it is doing some fun reflection-y things on my glasses, so we'll see how that goes. I don't have all of my cover sheets, so I will be trying to show some of the images off my phone. We'll see how that works. Some of them I do have, some of them I don't. So let's get started with this. Try and open my phone so I can have it ready. With this WIP parade. So my first project is my oldest, and it is Christmas 2. The artwork is by Ciro Marchetti, and it is charted by Heaven and Earth Designs. And this the cover art, and the window's just playing games with me. I think you can see it. It's pretty good. It's a project. it's my oldest, like I said, and I started it in 2019. It's my only 2019 project. I'm hoping to finish it by 2029. I think 10 years. That's not that terrible. But let's see where it is. Here's where it is. I've played around with this in several different ways because, like I said, this is my oldest, so it's my first real full coverage. So I started doing stair step blocks, and then got introduced to Royal Rose and tried that for a while. I think I'm not exactly doing Royal Rose though, but I do want to get all the way to the end because I'm not far from the end. There's just 1.5 pages left. And as you can see, I am so very close to a page finish right here. I think I have like 20 stitches left in this little corner. And then 1.5 pages over here. And then I'll figure out if I want to continue stair stepping or keep going across. I'm not really sure. But this one is a paper pattern. When I didn't buy this one, my son gave this to me as a Christmas present one year. And he bought me the paper pattern. And he got it right before there was that issue with the DMC 09. And so when I decided I wanted to try and get it for Pattern Keeper, it had already changed. The Heaven and Earth Designs had already charted it to take out DMC09, and there's a lot of DMC09 in this. And so it did change a lot of the format for it, and I couldn't get it to mesh with what I had already stitched. So I'm just continuing on the paper pattern, but it's coming along, and this has been my focus project this year. It will be my focus project for some months this coming year, and I'll talk about that more in plans, but not every month. Because I learned this past year I can't have one focus project for the whole year because then I get burnt out. So, but that's my oldest. The next one is Cardinal in the Snow, and this is a pattern I got off Etsy, and it's from X Squared Cross Stitch. I don't know if she still has this. It's not on her Etsy store anymore, but you might be able to message her and see. This was a gift from one of my daughters. If you're new, I have 5 children. I have 1 son, 4 girls. My son is 23. My girls are 20, 20, 18, and 16. So they're all a good bit older now, and they like to feed my cross stitch passion. So I get a lot of patterns from them. They buy them for me. So this is Cardinal in the Snow, and I am stitching this. I did not say for Christmas too. I'm stitching it 10th stitch 2/1 on 25 count easy grid. Cardinal in the Snow, I am stitching 1/1 on 28 count easy grid. And all I have done is background. I'm really hoping I can get to the bird soon. I think I'm going to be getting to it soon. I really hope so. But I think I'm going to start stair-stepping these so that I can get to the bird soon. Because otherwise, if I go all the way across, it's just background the whole way across. But it's not looking too bad. This is another paper pattern, so it is a little bit more time-consuming to stitch because I have to search for them, for the symbols. Where in Pattern Keeper, I just highlight it. They all light up. So it takes a little bit longer. However, this one has more blocks of color. There's not a lot of confetti stitching in it, so it makes it a little easier to stitch. I'm sorry if y'all keep having to look at the top of my head or the side of my head as I bend down, but all my stuff is on the floor in baskets. I can't put it on the floor because, as I said, the dogs are in here with me, and my desk. So I can't pile stuff over there either. So let's scoot up a little bit more. All right, so now I have 3 dolphins, and this is another chart, Heaven and Earth Designs. The artwork is by Carol Cavalaris, and this is what it will look like. And it is on 28 count easy grid, and I'm stitching it 1/1. This one I do have in Pattern Keeper, so I'm able to color complete a little bit. What I'm basically doing is I pick a color and I pull a length of thread, and then I just go and try and fill in as much of that color as I can on the page. And then I go back up and I pick a color, pick the next color, and go until I finish that thread off. It works for my crazy brain. So this needle minder says, "It is well with my soul." It's a good reminder because I needed that this year to remind me that it is well with my soul no matter what craziness is going on in my life. So my next WIP, this is my last large full coverage. This is World of Disney. It's by Ziana Cross Stitch on Etsy. And this is what it's going to look like. Trying to get it to where y'all can see it and the window's not. I think that's kind of, there we go maybe. The windows. I'm so sorry y'all. But that's what it's going to look like. And I've done 3 pages and I'm starting on page number 4. This one I also have in Pattern Keeper. So it goes a little bit faster. So I finished that page. I finished these 2 pages and this page. And this one I am going to do the stair step it just works. I'm finding that it works better for me. And y'all, that sun is moving and doing all kinds of, let me see if I can, there we go, maybe a little better. Okay, so those are my ones that are my full covers that are not in bags. They, a couple of them you saw are on Q-snaps. They go in pillowcases and sit in the basket that they're sitting in on the top of the bed over there. And then otherwise they get folded up and put in a box so that they're not out. But those are my 4 big full coverage. I have some smaller full coverage, well, that I consider full coverage, but they're smaller. So now it's just going to be, as I pick up a bag, I'll tell you what it is. I didn't unzip anything. I'm sorry. If you are wearing earphones, I am sorry. I know that can be loud, because sometimes I watch Flosstube when I'm wearing earbuds, and I know that small noises seem really amplified when you're wearing earbuds. Alright, so the next one is Shades of Autumn. And this is what it's going to look like. And this is by Banu Demiral, and it's from the Just Cross Stitch October 2017. And this is on 32 count color and cotton monster mash. And I absolutely love these colors on this purple. And this is a needle minder I got from Fire Poppies in South Carolina before they closed. I love, you'll see a recurring theme on some of them. I love peanuts. I love Disney and I love peanuts. So that's my needle minder. And this is in a lovely Amazon bag. I have several of those. I have some other project bags, but most of them are Amazon bags. I'm going to, for the ones that are coming out of bags, they're going to get folded back up and put back in the bags because of said puppies. I have one who has chewed on hanging threads. I don't want to give him any excuse to chew on an actual project because that would not be good. I would be a very sad person if he chewed on my actual project. Alright, my next one is Petite Rainbow Row. I know I have cover art in here. This is by CW Designs. This is what it's going to look like. And I'm stitching this on 32 count X-Jude Baby Sheep. And I am stitching it, okay, this says 32 count. But this looks really small. I'm stitching it 2/2, so it must be 32 count. It just looks really small. But there it is. It is petite, so maybe it's just that they're petite. And no, I didn't iron them. I apologize for that. But I just decided spur of the moment that I was going to film this WIP parade today, so you get what you get. I'm sorry. I'm not, well, actually, no, I'm not sorry, because I'm not going to apologize for being me. And I don't iron. I don't like to iron, so I'm not going to apologize for that. This is from a friend of mine who made this bag for me, and I absolutely love it. So it's Rainbow Row is the name of the pattern, because it's based on Rainbow Row in Charleston. In my thinking, rainbows, leprechauns. So 4-leaf clover. And then the front is 4-leaf clover, and the inside is the plaid. It's gorgeous. Is it not gorgeous? Here we go. Alright, the next one is in a stitch and button bag. It's a patriotic one. No, it is not an Americana design. There's a reason for that. So this is Reflections of Norway. I'm trying to find. And this is about ink circles. And between the window and the fact that I'm not taking out of the plastic. There we go. That's what it's going to look like. So it's in a Americana bag because I'm American. However, my heritage is Norwegian. My grandfather came to the United States from Norway. My mother's father came to the United States from Norway. And so that's the heritage that I mostly identify with because I grew up learning about that heritage. My grandmother and my mom both made Norwegian-based foods like lefse bread, and I wish I had learned to do that because I miss it, and they're both gone, and I don't know how to make it. I have the recipe, but also I do remember from when they were making it, what they said was, if it's very humid out, it's not going to turn out well. You need a dry climate or dry. I live in South Carolina. It's humid all year long, so that might be why it doesn't turn out for me. So this is on 32 count Rubius by Picture This Plus, and I'm stitching it 2/2 using Threadworks number 1021. Y'all, it is almost done. I don't know if you're gonna notice a theme, but I have several that are close to finishes. I'm hoping for a lot of finishes in 2024. Now, this is the first one that I'm sharing with y'all that is really close to a finish. But look at that. I just have, I think, yes, that is the bottom corner. So I just have to go across right here, and it is done. This has been a really good travel project. I have, because it's only one floss and I can just stitch. I don't have to change flosses and stuff. I have a child who plays soccer, and this past fall she played for a team that was based in Columbia, South Carolina. We live in Florence, South Carolina. There's an 1.5 hour drive. So when I would take her to practice, I wasn't going to come back home and go back to get her. So I would just stay. And I'm not one of those parents that like to watch practice. I love to watch her play games. I love to watch her competing. I don't like to watch practice. Practice is boring. And it's not for me. It's for her to get better. So I sit in my car and I stitch. And I get to do something I enjoy. She gets to practice something she enjoys, and everybody's happy. The next project is in a barefoot needle art bag. Nice and beachy themed. I don't remember what's in here. I think so, but I'm not sure. Ah, this is August Gnome. I don't have a cover photo for this because this is in Pattern Keeper. So let me pull up that. This is August Gnome by Cross Stitch for Everyone on Etsy. And this is what it's going to look like. And it's being stitched 1/1 on 40 count Grace Notes Fabrics Mojito Smoothie. So here's where he is. I started in the middle and then I worked my way up. I wanted to make sure I had enough fabric. He's looking pretty good. I picked August to start with because I have all the months, but I picked August to start with. That is my birthday month, so I thought I'd do one for me. And then, because I love gnomes, I've become a gnome fanatic, and I love the January one, and I thought about starting with January, but every time I do something that's a monthly theme, I start with January, and I wanted to mix it up a bit, so I started with August. I don't think September is going to be the next one I do. It might be January. I'm not sure. It could be July, because I like Americana stuff too. I'll have to wait and see. I I have to finish this one first. I'm determined to finish a gnome before I start a second gnome. This is in a So Much to Love Mickey Mouse bag. I told you I have Mickey Mouse and Peanuts obsessions. This is Rosetta by Ink Circles. Sorry, I'm looking for the cover photo. This is the cover photo, but this is not at all what mine is going to end up looking like. Because I am doing a different color for each of the medallions using 4 different color ways. So this is my Grace Notes Fabrics needle minder. I was in their Fabric of the Month, and I had to stop because I just couldn't afford to keep buying fabric that I wasn't using, and we had to cut back on the budget. So, but I'm using teals, pinks, greens, and purples. And so I have a teal, and then this medallion will be a teal, a pink, this medallion will be a pink, green, green, this medallion is green, and then purple, purple, and this medallion will be purple. Because those are some of my favorite colors. Teals, pinks, purples, and green, the lighter greens just kind of went with it. So. And the outer bands are being stitched in Coal by Weeks Dye Works. Let me see if I can pull up what. Okay, so this is Peacock by Gentle Arts. That's the only non-Weeks Dye Works color. The rest of them are all at Weeks Dye Works. This one is Love. This is Cactus. And this one is Concord. And then we have Iris, Turquoise, Azalea, which also brought in some really pretty orange or salmon color, and then Julep. And then the one I am on right now, that is Lucky. And it's got the darks and the lights and the greens. And I don't remember if I said, but this is on 40 count Seraphim Dusty Road. And I'm stitching it 1/2. And I have this one on Pattern Keeper, so it goes kind of quickly. That one I think I might be able to finish in 2024. Because I only have 3.5 medallions, 3 3/4 medallions to do. This next one is also in a So Much to Love bag. This is a smaller bag than the other one, but it fits what I'm working on. This is Pandemic by Long Dog Samplers. This was a free pattern in 2020, and I got it while it was free. It is now in their shop that you would have to pay. And I'm doing this in, I told you my favorite colors are teals and pinks and purples. This one I'm doing in teals and blues and greens as their colorway. And this is on 40 count Weeks Dye Works Angel Hair, and I'm stitching it 1/1. And I have made it all the way across the top with that top border. This one is not going to be finished in 2024 or 2025 or 2026, but maybe 2030. This is a big old project. But I picked the color palette off of Stitch Palettes, I believe is the name of it. I will link it below. I do have that information. It's just not here. It's in my computer, and I'll get it when I fill out the details below. But so, I'm sorry. It will be in the description box below, I promise. All right. So my next one is in a Stitch and Button bag. This was her Christmas bag last year. It was like a Christmas box, but everything came in this bag, and I absolutely love this. And it comes with this, I love her bags that come with these zipper pull bling. I can't get it to turn. That's a little snowflake. And this is Royal Nutcrackers by Bobby G Designs. This is the cover photo. Although it is not what this will look like when it is done. It is not. Because the colors in that cover photo are not the colors that are called for. I'm using the called for colors. And as you can see, this little guy is green. This little guy is teal. And these aren't quite as, the purple is not quite as vibrantly purple as he is. The rest of them are all kind of similar, but these two are just a little bit different. The blues aren't quite as vibrant, but they're pretty vibrant. But this is also close-ish to a finish. I've got to finish the I have 2 stitches on here right at the top of his boots, and then all of the blue nutcracker, and then the rest of the ornaments around the border, and then all of the back stitching. But I honestly think this will be another 2024 finish. Look at me. And this needle binder came in the Stitch and Button Christmas bag last year as well. I just kept it all together. It's nice and Christmassy. Makes me happy, you know. And now the light is really hitting off my face again. So I'm going to try and adjust y'all. Oh, that's really not better. I don't know what to do to fix that. Hopefully, I'm so sorry. I can't put down the blinds because a doggy ate them. This is the office, so nobody sleeps in here. And when we do have company come, we just hang a bed sheet from the top of the window because the doggy ate the blinds. So he was young, he was a puppy. He didn't know any better. That's what we're going with. Oh, that's better. Maybe I should not put plastic pieces where the sun's going to hit off. I apologize for the crinkle as I put this away, but it needs to go back in here. And that is being stitched on 32 count Picture This Plus Fawn 2042. Right, the next one is also a Barefoot Needle Arts bag with suns with faces. And the inside looks like this. Is that not pretty? I love that. And this is Pretty Little Washington, D.C. by Satsuma Street. Here's what it's going to look like. I am so sorry if that is reflecting really bad. I honestly can't tell because right now everything is reflecting off stuff everywhere. So, sorry. But this is what it's going to look like. And this is being stitched on 32 count Color and Cotton Requiem 2/2. Like I said, you might see a theme. Here's my Peppermint Patty. So I have done the Washington Monument, and I think that's the Jefferson Memorial. No, that's the Lincoln Memorial. And then started on, these are stairs here, and then the grass going across. A little bit of grass going across, and started on the bridge going across the bottom. I don't know. If I were to sit down and stitch on this, I could probably knock this out in 2024. However, I would have to sit down and focus on one project. And that's very hard for me. Do y'all have trouble focusing on them? If you are a monogamous stitcher, please let me know. I used to be. Help me remember how to do that again. I get into a project and I work on it for a while, and then I get bored of it. And if I were just to work on that one, I don't think I'd ever finish it because I'll put it away and I wouldn't stitch on anything, which is what used to happen. And now I have lots, and so when I get bored with one, I can go to another. That works better for me. I'm glad for those people who can work on one project. They get a lot of finishes. I'm happy for them. That's not who I am. All right, my next one is in this cute little project bag. I cannot remember who made this for me. I'm so sorry. I have it written down somewhere. It's not here, and it's not around here, so I don't know. This is The Fox by Cottage Garden Sampling. Oh my gosh, that's terrible. There we go. That's better. You can actually kind of see that. But that's what it's going to look like. And this is words. Words are hard. This is being stitched on 32 count. Picture this plus nocturne, 2/2, with the call 4 colors. Almost everything is with the call 4 colors. We haven't gotten to any yet that I've switched out. There are some. They're coming up. But this is where it is so far. Got some trees. We've got some snowflakes. We've got some fox ears. Hopefully you will. From what I've seen from other people who have done these animals, they stitch up quickly. My biggest issue was I didn't have the main color for the fox until like 2 weeks ago. So when I started it, I started with the trees because I didn't have the color for the fox. And then it's just kind of been sitting until I decide I want to pick it up again. I will be picking it up again soon. All right, my next one is another barefoot needle art bag. This is penguins. And the back is upside down penguins. And the inside are snowflakes. And this is Giggles in the Snow by Mirabilia. It's my first ever Mirabilia, y'all. I saw Dina at Half Stitch Cross Stitch stitching these. And she did them all both together on one piece of fabric. And I fell in love with them as she was stitching them. And it took me like a year and a half after I saw her stitching them for me to actually purchase the pattern and kit it up and do all the things. But I now have it. I'm doing both, but I'm doing only one at a time, and I'm doing them on separate fabrics. But these are being stitched on 32 count white opalescent Belfast. And this is the girl. I'm starting with the girl. I don't know if the sparkle, I can see the sparkle in the reflection off of my tablet that I'm recording on, but I don't know if y'all can see the sparkle. Probably, I know you definitely can't from back here. But got most of the scarf, or at least the scarf that's out here. I started again